What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another excellent edition of Under Review, where we look at all the latest and greatest games that come out for a majority of all the consoles. I am KODX Factor, and this week we are looking at Call of Duty Black Ops 4 from Activision Treyarch. So it's here. Activision and Treyarch have unleashed their next entry into the Call of Duty series, and I have to be honest with you. I have not been a Call of Duty fan in many, many years. Black Ops 1 was actually the last Call of Duty game I kind of enjoyed. And with drama circulating around this one in regards to the new Battle Royale mode, and the fact that there is no solo campaign, left me actually kind of laughing inside. I thought this was it. We could finally be seeing the end of Call of Duty, and even with their sales sharply decreased over year, this may have been a game mode that could resurrect it somehow. Now, I will say a couple of things before I get into the nooks and crannies of this release. I have reviewed Call of Duty for years, from my Gaming Truth days to now, and have been very, very critical of the past versions of Call of Duty. I have to also say, out of all the previous versions I have played, this is the most difficult I'm going to have to put into words. That doesn't make it a bad thing at all. In fact, this is probably the most surprised I have been about a Call of Duty title in years. So let's begin with the obvious. This is a Black Ops game. So we get our zombie co-op mode, that makes a return, as well as a 14-map multiplayer, and a new Blackout Battle Royale mode that could compete with the likes of PUBG. I still do not believe it will compete with Fortnite, just due to the audiences that play them. You gotta look at it. Fortnite isn't everybody's game, kids included. And where Call of Duty Blackout is going to go is going to be more on the mature and adult-oriented gamers. Your PUBG gamers. Activision tried something new with this year's Call of Duty. They completely stripped away what was the common formula for first-person shooter games, and instead of giving us a competitive multiplayer game with a quick 4-hour story mode, they did away with all that. I mean, think about it. Even the 4-hour story mode, a majority of Call of Duty fans never even played it. So they amped up production value on their multiplayer to ensure that it was top-notch, and will compete in venues that have gained in popularity over the years, so much that is now almost expected. So with Blackout, which is the Battle Royale mode, they improved on a formula that started with probably its biggest counterpart, PUBG. So first, I will say this, the game does look beautiful and runs at a very, very smooth rate. Quick Call of Duty action that no longer features the stupid double jumps and jetpacks. And there's also 10 characters to choose that each have a special ability that vary. So some may be more successful than others depending on the game mode you choose. You will outfit your soldier with the Pick 10 system that returns from Black Ops 2. You then determine how your character will enter the fighting field, and that does add some cool elements to the strategy when competing. I am talking about multiplayer here. So there are going to be 14 maps in multiplayer, and there are a handful of old school maps that will breathe some familiarity into this version. There is also a new heist mode, which takes a page out of Counter-Strike, so all you Counter-Strike fans. Everyone starts with the same weapon, and by killing your enemies, you earn money, which you can then spend before the start of the next round on new equipment or weapons. This mode is going to require a lot of good, solid communication, and if you are put into a team that does not do any of that, or stays in party chat and doesn't invite you to come along, you're going to leave very, very frustrated. The zombie mode seems to get better and better with each version that comes out. That's always been the highlight of the Call of Duty games for me, has been the zombie modes. And this is no different. You can now choose how you enter the zombie arena with perks and elixirs and the way to get a hold of more powerful weapons. They will not just provide you with one, you will have to find the right point to do so. You can choose up to 4 elixirs, and they do provide different elements and strategies when going against the undead. This will help make each match different, and you never feel like you're getting the same experience over and over again. And Blackout, which has been the most popular game mode for all the gamers out there. And Blackout is the Battle Royale mode from the Call of Duty developers. So you will choose your character and his appearance, and then you're ready to jump into the battlefield. This plays very, very similar to PUBG, and I will say it is a very steep learning curve. Very steep learning curve. So take your time. Learning the ropes and hotkeys before jumping into competitive play is going to be key. Now, they always say the best way to learn is just to jump in, but remember that it will take a number of matches before you get a decent grasp of the system. The hotkey abilities and the fact that all the attachments that you pick up can auto-equip is a huge, huge plus for me. So it's just like the PUBG mobile version. If you have a weapon that utilizes an attachment that you find out there on the battlefield, and you happen to have that weapon in hand, it'll auto-equip to that weapon. Now, my only gripe with the Battle Royale mode comes not in the way of gameplay or fighting or shooting or anything like that, because that all seems so fluid and so smooth. It's the driving. The driving actually kind of drove me nuts. There's no gas. Like, I was expecting for like the thing to power up by hitting the right trigger and then gas, but unfortunately that was not the case. As a matter of fact, you use the left thumbstick for your gas and brake, and you use your right thumbstick to steer. I was expecting my left thumbstick for me to steer and operate, whereas my right trigger would be the gas pedal. That wasn't the case. So it took me a minute to figure out how to drive using those controls. And I got to tell you, if you're in the middle of a battle, in the middle of a fight, and then you finally jump into a vehicle and you got to learn how to drive, it is frustrating and can be aggravating. But I think once you get the hang of it, it actually runs a little bit smooth. It does take a little bit to get used to. But I'm hoping at some point they're going to patch that to where you can change the controls of driving to have a trigger for your gas and then steering with one of the thumbsticks. But all in all, Call of Duty was actually a brilliant surprise. I had very, very low expectations for this game going in, and I have to admit that I was actually thrilled with what I received. And that is a lot, since I have been very critical of the series for years. It is probably the best entry I've seen to Call of Duty in a long, long time. And that is surprising, since there is no single-player campaign. And it just looks like Activision decided to throw away put all caution to the wind and give players what they wanted. Multiplayer with lots and lots of options and game modes. So the big question, is it worth a $60 price tag even without a single-player campaign? Considering PUBG is now a fully priced release? Absolutely. You get a lot of options and has a game with high replay value. So honestly, this goes down as probably one of my biggest surprises of the year. So for that, we gave Call of Duty Black Ops 4 a very impressive 9 out of 10. It offered a lot, even with the single-player campaign completely missing. It gave us enough and is actually keeping us playing and enjoying the Battle Royale mode again. Is it better than PUBG? Yes. Is it better than Fortnite? No. But again, at the same time, you've got two different audiences here. Mature audiences are going to love Call of Duty more than they love Fortnite, and just, Fortnite's going to continue being Fortnite. That's going to do it for us. So thank you guys so much for watching. I am KODX Factor. This is Under Review, and until next time, game on.